Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today we are going to be diving into my April TBR. I'm all springed out, as you can see by my dress here, and I'm so excited for some spring slash maybe beginning of summer reading plans. But before we dive into all of that fun stuff, I did want to thank Dossier for sponsoring today's video. Y'all know I've been obsessed with Dossier for so long at this point. I've worked with them for so many videos in the past, so I'm sure you've heard me talk about them. But if you haven't, I'll let you know now that Dossier is a sustainable, ethically made, and super affordable place for luxury fragrances. And these are not just your run-of-the-mill fragrances. These are fragrances that actually smell exactly like designer fragrances, but for a fraction of the price, of course. So for example, the one I have here on the Dossier website is called Floral Marshmallow, but it actually smells exactly like Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. And I know that one's like super popular, super sweet fragrance that was popping off on Perfume Talk. I don't know if y'all are on there, but I am. And oh my God, it just smells like a cotton candy dream with some floral undertones to keep it classy, and it smells so good. As I always tell you guys, these perfumes last forever on my skin. They smell exactly like what they're trying to replicate. And look at how much product you get in there for like $29. Are you kidding me? When the actual designer fragrance can be like up to $200, like that's insane. I would never spend that much on perfume, but it's cool that I still get to smell like a designer fragrance. I have another one here on the Dossier website. This one is called Fruity Almond, and it smells exactly like A Good Girl by Caroline Herrera. This one is like super nutty, super like dreamy, summery. It's giving me natural girl. It's giving me like the Italian coast. It's very, very springtime. Both of the scents that I just showed you are. So of course, as always, I will have a Dossier linked down below. Be sure to check them out and treat yourself this spring with a luxury fragrance. Now let's go ahead and jump into the books. The first thing on the docket here is the monthly book that I always read for the Buzzwordathon that's going on all year of 2022. Every single month has its own little prompt, and this month it is to read a book with a like size term in the cover, whether it's like big, little, small, tiny, large, gargantuan, anything like that. So I chose Perfect Little World by Kevin Wilson for this prompt. This is a, I think like sci-fi-ish, kind of sci-fi, maybe magical realism a little bit, contemporary novel about a psychological experiment that goes completely wrong. Basically, this doctor grabs a bunch of single mothers or struggling moms, pregnant women, and he puts them all in this perfect simulation of what he thinks the perfect world for child rearing would look like, and we see how these kids develop and if the perfect little world is so perfect after all. I'm also super looking forward to starting Float Plan by Trish Dollar this month. This was actually recommended to me by my cousin. We were talking at Christmas and she was like, this is the pool read, the emotional romance, and y'all know I love both of those things. And I've been starting to lay out. If you can't tell, I like have a little bit of color on me. I'm not an actual ghost like I usually am. So this is gonna be my laying out book for April. It is a romance that follows a woman in the wake of, I think, the death of her fiance. Yes, they had a trip planned on this sailboat that they were going to take, and in her grief she decides that she's just going to do this trip alone. However, she did not have the extensive knowledge of how to sail like her fiance did, so she needs to hire somebody to come along with her, and she hires this sexy sailor man, and they go out on this trip, and he helps her grieve, and they end up falling in love. It sounds like the perfect emotional romance to read by the pool. In April, I'm also planning on doing yet another new release thriller vlog, since y'all seem to love those. Every single time I post one of those videos, I swear you guys eat it up. So I'm gonna do another one. And in that vlog, I'm gonna be featuring The Island by Adrian McKinty, which is a kind of modernized And Then There Were None retelling.
Please tell me why there's gonna be so many of these coming out this year.
Don't know why people are finally figuring out And Then There Were None exists and is a great story. But all these people end up on this island and they don't know why they're there. They have to figure it out and compete in some sort of game for survival. I'm very interested. I have the arc. I'm so excited to review it for you guys. I'm also going to be reading Geneva Rose's new book. She wrote The Perfect Marriage, which was like the big TikTok book of 2021. So her next thriller release is called One of Us is Dead. It is going to be a juicy, rich people drama, all the mommy drama and petty people, unlikable characters vibes, which y'all know those are my favorite kind of thrillers. So I'm so excited for just some mindless, juicy drama and entertainment. And I really liked The Perfect Marriage, so I think I'm gonna like this one as well. And the final book I'll be reading in that vlog is The Good Neighbor, or Good Neighbors, I can't remember exactly what it's called, by Kirsten Magdalene. And Kirsten Magdalene literally puts out like 1 million books a year. I don't know how she does it, but this is a domestic thriller. Obviously, you can tell by the title, like the neighbors peeking out their windows kind of vibes. I don't know the exact synopsis, but I kind of want to go in blind. I feel like it's best to go in blind with Kirsten Magdalene books because they all kind of are the same-ish, and in order to differentiate them, I kind of have to figure it out on my own.
Or else I go in and thinking it's gonna be one domestic plot and it ends up being another, and I'm like, wait, I just got that completely confused. And then it gets confused in my mind, and then I get the wrong review for the wrong book.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be reading the new Kirsten Magdalene. I also might include Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins because I know it's very it's a divisive book right now in the community. A lot of people are talking about it. I'm not sure if I want to put this one in that vlog or read it for Spring Fling-A-Ween. Wow, what a mouthful. Which is a readathon that's going to be hosted by Gabby and Olivia this month. So I don't know. I don't have an exact TBR for that readathon. I'm kind of just going to mood read because the prompts are pretty loose. But I'm definitely planning on participating, and probably with that book, because one of the prompts is to read something with pink and yellow on the cover. Obviously, this cover is mainly pink and yellow. I'm also going to be trying to get into some non-fiction this month. I've been reading kind of sporadically the new Brené Brown book, which is called I Thought It Was Just Me, But It Isn't. And it's kind of like a validating journey about little idiosyncrasies that are actually like anxiety responses, trauma responses, thinking that you are not enough or you are so different when really everyone is going through their own internal struggle. I absolutely love Brené Brown. If you don't know, I'm a therapist and she is as well. She also went to UT.
Hook 'em.
And I just really like her philosophies about counseling and self-help. So I've been kind of sporadically reading these chapters, but I want to finish it up in April. Another nonfiction I want to get to hopefully this month is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. This is a kind of memoir, self-help combination book about Glennon Doyle and her journey and her sexuality throughout her life. And it talks about it in a really open, accepting, and raw way from what I've heard. And it's also like slightly from a lens of Christianity. So I'm a Christian woman who's also pretty open with my sexuality. So very excited to listen to this. I ended up getting the audiobook from my library, and I'm gonna listen along while I read, which is my favorite way to read. And I hope this is just a touching experience for me. I would also like to try out some Lucinda Berry books this month. Y'all have been literally begging me to try her out. She writes a lot of intense psychological thrillers, which are some of my favorites to read, obviously. And apparently she is a psychologist or something. She has some type of mental health background. So I'll be very interested to see how accurate what she includes is, if she like puts little things in there for other mental health professionals to kind of, you know, glom onto or whatever. But y'all have been really talking about her in my comments. I've seen a lot of people reading, what is her really popular one, Saving Noah, and recently Gwen read The Perfect Child, and the way that she described it in her vlog, I was like, oh yes, that is me to a T. I need to read it. So I might end up doing a Lucinda Berry vlog, or I might just end up reading one and then seeing if I want to actually dive into a taste test vlog. I'm not quite sure. I want to give myself room to explore this month and mood read, but I am very interested in getting to Lucinda Berry. Rest assured, it will happen. Y'all can stop commenting about it. I see your comments and it is coming. I will read her books eventually. I also have a buddy read this month, which is so exciting. I'm gonna be buddy reading Sick Fucks by Tilly Cole. I'm not sure who the author is, but obviously you can see it right here. I literally just ordered this book last night after the Sugar and Spice live show that I was on for their book club, and I'm gonna be buddy reading this with Sarah from Sarah's Shelves and Amanda from Ginger Snap Reads, two of the most iconic girlies here on YouTube that I literally always watch and I'm always creeping on Instagram because they're my actual friends in real life, not just like, you know, booktube people. So I'm super excited to read this with them. It's a really dark romance, and there's some revenge killings, I believe, that go on in here as well. And I've heard that it's super intense, super dark, super filled with like people who have lived this trauma and they're getting revenge on the people who did that, the perpetrators, if you will. It's giving me major mindfuck vibes. I'm super excited for it and for the buddy read as well. And then lastly, I just have a couple of my classic domestic thrillers that I want to get to this month. The first one is called The Lion Club, and it's by Annie Ward. This was kindly sent to me by my bookish sugar daddy, who is Matt from Matt the Page Turner. I absolutely love him. Every time he reads a book that he thinks I would like, he just gifts it to me, and then it's like Christmas morning when I go to the package room and I'm like,
I love you, Matt.
He also just knows my taste, and he sent me probably 4, if not 5-star books at this point. So hopefully we can add her to the list. The synopsis is super vague, but it sounds like a lot of rich people drama and a slight bitch I'm gonna snatch your life moment. It says, at an elite private school nestled in the Colorado mountains, Natalie, the office assistant, dreams of having a life like the moms she deals with every day. Women like Brooke, a gorgeous heiress, and Asha, an overprotective mom who suspects her husband of having an affair. Little do they know how their fates are bound. When two bodies are carried out of the school, it seems the tension between mothers, daughters, rival lovers, and the haves and have-nots has shattered. Hello? That sounds so good. And if it has the Matt stamp of approval, I know I'm gonna love it. So this might be another pool read as well. And then finally, I have The Club by Ellery Lloyd. This is a thriller I haven't heard many people talk about, but I noticed it is a Reese's book club pick. So I was immediately interested in it. I actually picked it up at Costco. I literally had not heard anyone talk about it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the first to review. And when I read the synopsis, it was absolutely like, yep, this is exactly what I need. It is another rich people drama kind of thing, but it's not just like regular rich people, like these are celebrities. Basically, there is a group called the Home Group, and it's a collection of celebrity member clubs that are dotted all around the globe. And the rich, famous celebrities that are a part of the club can go there, party, do whatever it is they do, but there are some dark, sinister things happening in the club behind the scenes. Sounds so salacious and drama-filled, which is exactly what I need to decompress after work, laying by the pool. Sounds like a dream. I'm so excited for all of these books. However, I am going to be reading one more book this month. I don't know what it's going to be yet because it will be voted on by people who I haven't quite met yet. I'm trying to be so vague about this, but there is a very, very special book that I'm also going to be reading this month, but I don't know what it is. It's a mystery book, and we're going to decide it together when I announce what I will be announcing in my next video. So basically, the next video that I'm gonna post after this TBR will explain this like vague, weird thing that I am referring to. And as you can tell by the freaking smile I can't get off my face literally hurts. I am so excited. I'm so excited to tell you guys about what's coming. So be sure to be on the lookout for my announcement in the next few days, where I will be telling you guys all about this big announcement and what we have in store this month for the channel, and how we're expanding our community and our little family over here. So yeah, that is gonna be about it for my April TBR. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I will see you guys in my next one, the most exciting video I will probably ever post. All right, see you there. Bye.